Boys and Girls Club for having me to come speak. Over the years of being a member and a staff, I've attended many breakfasts, and this is an honor to truly be able to come back and speak myself. I've been a part of the Boys and Girls Club on and off since I was 7 years of age. Since being a part of the Boys and Girls Club, I've learned and gained so much knowledge and had so many opportunities that throughout my time, here's my story. I first attended the Boys and Girls Club at the age of 7. I lived in Flint, Michigan at the time with my grandma, and when I came to visit my father and mother over the summer, my father was looking for something for me and my brother to do during the day. At the time, the Boys and Girls Club was new to the area, so my dad brought me and my brother in, and the site coordinator at the time gave us a tour of the club. Instantly, my father knew this was the place for us to be. Me and my brother were also excited because all the kids around that were our age as well. Growing up, the club has been vital to my upbringing. Through the club, I've had many opportunities that I probably wouldn't have had if it wasn't for the club. Some of the opportunities I was able to experience were Hot Rock Camp, first job experience, and lifelong relationships. Hot Rock Camp is a free basketball.
Stacy Gamble, Ben Fong, and the staff of Boys and Girls Club of Lenawee for giving me this opportunity to share with all of you my appreciation and love for the Boys and Girls Club. In the beginning, my involvement as a parent was little to none, and it was very minimal years ago. I would drop off my son, who was 8 years old then, utilizing the staff as babysitters without knowing the value of what the club brought to our community. I'm sorry if I get emotional. Happens every time. They always tell me, Felicia, there's a way to get through it, and really there's not. I utilized the club as childcare when there wasn't any other options, so my son wouldn't be home alone. My lifestyle was very different then, and looking back, I'm so thankful for this program. My son wouldn't have had, thanks. It happens every time.
I love the staff there. The staff, okay, all right. Give me one reason why.
They're so caring, and every time I walk into the club, I either get a high five from Scott or a hug from Becca and Allie and Aubrey.
Outstanding. So the Youth of the Year process is very long. She had to write 3 essays to submit to Boys and Girls Club of America. The application is very, very long. And this is all on top of her schoolwork and all of her extracurricular activities. So it is no easy feat to get where she's at today. What has being Youth of the Year taught you so far?
It's kind of like an adult type thing. It takes a lot to learn how to balance a lot of things out. From be able to get my schoolwork done and the sports that I played, and still be able to write the essays and everything. And I had a lot of support from the club.
All right, do you think being Youth of the Year has changed you in any way? Yeah, how do you think it's changed you?
It's made me a better person.
All right, okay. Ready? All right, this is you. Ladies and gentlemen, Lily Jenkins.
Before I started coming to the Boys and Girls Club, I knew I was getting depression. But because I was so closed off and I didn't like talking to people, nobody knew, not even my parents. It all started the day I found out my Uncle Brian was going to die. My Christmas break was spent in St. Luke's Hospital in Maumee, Ohio. It was a terrible year for my family and I. Throughout my life, I've been bullied, but not only by people who I thought were some of my closest friends, but also my brother's friends. I have been called names from fat, ugly, and even a baby hippo. But as soon as I stepped into the Boys and Girls Club of Hudson, I knew I wasn't going to be treated like that. Throughout these 3.5 years I've spent at Hudson Boys and Girls Club, I've learned to push my depression and anxiety aside and not let it affect me as much. I enjoy helping kids that are like what I used to be and help them come out of their shells. For example, there are these 2 girls at the club. Every time we see each other in the halls, we give hugs and then we run to class. Another way I've come out of my shell is through Smart Girls. In Smart Girls, I have learned the difference between right and wrong and how to make the best choices I can for my life. We also had a lot of open discussion time, and I felt listened to and cared for. We were able to be there for one another and lift one another up. I also knew that with the help of the staff that the Boys and Girls Club gave me, I could be the first Jenkins in my family to graduate college. I've had the dream of going to college since I was a little girl. I want to go to college because the dream of my life is to become a music teacher. There's nothing like leading a child to a light bulb moment where they suddenly understand a concept that they didn't know before. I want to share my passion for music with students and regularly lead them into those moments where they too can finally understand a concept that they didn't know before. I want to share my, If I were Youth of the Year, all the ridicule, disapproval, and judgment and cruelty would be replaced with approval, acceptance, kindness, and love. No one would have to feel unwanted because everyone would be accepted. This would all happen by solving problems and helping each other. Also, if I were Youth of the Year, there would be no drugs. I would offer rehab, counseling, and there would be multiple locker checks throughout the year. Overall, the nervous wreck with depression and anxiety has been replaced with a confident, visionary leader. Thanks to the caring staff, the peers, and the opportunity to lead other students, has made me see that I can do whatever I set my heart to do.